How are we doing, diggers? Hope you're all well. Today we're looking at the biggest selling record of the 70s, the fourth biggest selling record of all time, spending 750 plus weeks in the charts. It is the rock behemoth that is Pink Floyd's Dark Side of the Moon. Now we get a lot of copies of this in, so I thought I'd go through some of the early pressings that you might be looking out for. So one of the exciting things that all record shops, record dealers and people that buy collections will be looking for is that golden ticket moment as you pull out the record. So first of all, the indicator is that black inner sleeve, which indicates an early pressing, and then you've got your fingers crossed hoping to see, oh, hallelujah, there she is, the solid blue triangle. So the solid blue triangle is the first UK press, and what happened is the band and management decided that it was really quite tricky to make out the band and the title of the album silver on sort of light blue. Really tricky to see. So what they did is they stopped production of that label and they went with this one here, which is the outline, the most common that you will see around. However, on this one here, you're looking at the matrix as well, which indicates which pressing this is and will give you an idea of all the other pressings that we've got here today. So if you don't know, the matrix is a series of numbers and letters which are stamped into the dead wax. The dead wax is this part here, closest to the label, that has no music on. And if you hold it into the light in certain ways, you can see there's some lettering in there. So for this one, the album code is SHVL 804. And that is the code across all the albums. So you'll see that one stamped on. The indicator is the next part here. And on this first solid blue, it is A2B2. Now you do get a few A2B2s, which is the second press with this label. So it's still a very early pressing, but they have changed the label by that point. And then next up, you will get an A3B3. Now, David Gilmour has actually said the A3B3 is his favourite sounding pressing. However, the most esteemed pressing that most people are looking for is this solid blue because it's the first one off the line. Other things that you're looking for. So, the solid blue and the later pressings also have different sleeves. So if you look here, you can see that the first pressing here has a slightly lighter black, and this is solid black. Now, on later pressings, most pressings that we see come in are like 1975 pressings, 1977 pressings. Most of those have a matrix of between A5, B5, and up to sort of A9, B9 and onwards. So that letter in this pressing, the higher the number, usually the later the pressing. But it doesn't always work out like that. It's still confusing. You can always pop down and ask me. I'm more than happy to look through anything for you. Other things that you're looking for. Each of these came with 2 stickers and 2 posters. One atmospheric poster that matches the music with the pyramids, and another here of the band themselves. These posters are tucked in to the gatefold sleeve. Now sometimes I've actually found posters, because sometimes this part is sealed, this second part is sealed, and I've actually found posters all the way inside there into the sealed second half. So it's worth checking your whole record over. So that's a brief outline of some of the different pressings. There's some other esteemed pressings out there. There's a Redux, which is remastered by Roger Waters, which people really love the sound of. There's also a quadraphonic press, which you can play on a normal record player, which goes for around 100, 120 quid. And there's also a nice picture disc pressing from 1978, which is quite sought after. So thanks very much for tuning in. Any questions, drop them in the comments, and have a good day. Cheers, bye.